How's it going there, YouTube? This is Quinn, that snazzy iPhone guy, and this is the video review of the Edifier Sound2Go MP250 soundbar. Now, if you guys saw my 2011 CES footage, I'm sure you saw this video. It was one of the cooler products I demonstrated, and not just because of the beautiful build quality and the surprisingly good sound, but because of the very low price of $49.99 US. Now, for British people out there, that is about 30 pounds, a little bit more, so it's a pretty good deal. And I mean, when you're looking at competitive audio and other audio in this price range, you're looking at getting dinky little tweeters for 50 bucks. So there's just not even a parallel as to the value you get in this. But we'll get to the sound and all that good stuff in a minute. What you're going to find in the box isn't too plentiful, but you know, 50 bucks, again, you can't expect a whole lot. You're going to get some warranty manual information as well as how to set it up on your Mac. You're going to get, by the way, this works on PC as well, so it's not restricted to Macintosh. It's available on all platforms, and you can even expand it so long as you're plugged into the wall to iPods and iPhones and what have you, anything with a 3.5mm headphone jack input. You're going to find a USB 2.0 cable. Sorry for that camera bump. It's just mini USB, so there's not a whole lot to it. Pretty basic, pretty standard stuff. You are going to find a 3.5mm male-to-male headphone jack. Again, pretty standard. It's only about 2 feet long, so there's not a lot of reach in that, which is a little bit disappointing, but you can always find pretty cheap cables around that do the same thing. And then, of course, you get a Edifier carrying pouch. So let's talk about the device itself. It is a beautiful aluminum construction, which is, again, very unusual in products like this. As we go around the top, you're going to see the Edifier logo. There's the aluminum construction. It's just very solid, very well built. It is pretty heavy, so it's not something you're going to want to carry around all the time unless you need to have it around with you. You'll see the MP250 logo, all the good specs on the back. It's made in China. Edifier is actually a Chinese company. And again, this goes to show that China doesn't just produce crap. There are good products for a really good value out there. You're going to find some footings right here, some little rubber feet so that it doesn't slip on the table it's on. Of course, you'll get the grill. If you can see from the side angle right here, you're going to get 2 tweeters, one here, and then, 4 tweeters, and then a sub in the middle. So there is, you know, a full dynamic range that's being produced here. I don't know if this will exist on the final unit. Of course, mine's a press unit, so they may just put that on there to kind of get their name out. Now, on the side here, as you can see from our secondary camera, you are going to get the power button, which is a very good looking button. It's aluminum as well, and you're also going to get a little blue LED, which isn't on right now, but that illuminates when it's plugged in and it's powered and all that good stuff. You're also going to get this little sound bar. It's just a cool looking design. When we flip it around, you will find the USB port, mini USB entry, as well as the 3.5mm headphone jack input. So there's not a lot to it. It's a pretty basic device, but of course you want to see how it performs, and it does a marvelous job. So let's get into it and let's show you how it works with our Macintosh. We got our Mac right here. We can zoom out as far as we can. You can only do so much. And we're going to plug it in with the USB cable they provided. When you're on a Mac, you don't need the 3.5mm headphone jack because it interfaces with the Mac. Oh, and of course PC. I forget to mention those things as they're unimportant, but I'm kidding. If you use a PC and you like it, that's great. I just don't like that same cup of tea. When you plug it in here, you're going to plug that in. Beautiful, and you'll see that this pops up on the other side. There's a little blue LED, which is very pretty. Now this button, as I stated before, and hopefully we can get it in on the camera, it adjusts the volume level of your MacBook. So as you can see, if you press once, volume goes up. If you press and hold, the volume goes down. So that's nice that you can control the volume and all that other good stuff from the button on the side. So you don't have to reach your keyboard or wherever. If you're away from it, it works perfectly. So of course we want to hear how it sounds. Let's play some royalty-free, my favorite music for you, and we'll kind of demonstrate what you're going to get with this device. If we can get it playing. And iTunes is having a meltdown. So sound is pretty good. It's pretty directional. I mean, if it's not facing you, it's not that loud. And this mic doesn't pick it up very well, so we're going to hold it closer to the mic. Now this mic doesn't do it justice, but it actually is really, really loud. You can get it very loud, almost to the maximum volume with little to no distortion at all. When it gets in heavy, rockier, poppier songs, you will notice it distorts probably at the highest end of the volume spectrum. When you're listening to unplugged stuff, it sounds beautiful and crisp, and it just is incredibly good sounding. I'm so surprised at the fact that it's so clean. I mean, it's just very unusual. Like, for example, this is the best sound I've ever gotten out of a portable device, let alone a portable device with beautiful construction that's under $50. On the new TSIG rating scale, I rate it a 9 out of 10. The only issue I can see with it is the cables included don't retract or go into the device, so you'll have to carry them around with you, which can be a bit of a pain. And then the other reason is that it needs to be powered by the hub. There's no way to power it unless you're plugged into a wall. So unless you're plugged into a wall, there isn't going to be much music emitting from it because it does need continual power supply. So there's no battery inside, which is a bit of a downer, so it's not truly portable. Still needs to be plugged in, but other than that, it is an outstanding device. That was very well worded. It is a very outstanding device. It's only $49 in the US. It has a beautiful aluminum construction. They have a pretty good warranty behind it as well. I couldn't be more impressed with the Edifier MP250. It's available for $49.99 from Edifier's web store. Everywhere else, it's kind of hard to find in the US, and if you live in Canada, go to edifier.ca. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe, rate, and comment, and as always, stay snazzy. See you later, folks.